Alright people, Mike Salden here again. Welcome back to some more Baldur's Gate 3 Honor Mode. Today we're moving into Act 3, and of course when you first get to Act 3 you get ambushed in your camp by the Githyanki, or the Emperor actually opens a portal to you so you can get to him, and some Githyanki run out of it or whatever. There's not really much point fighting them. I tried getting a few lucky shots here just to see if I could put down one of them for some XP. But what you really want is just to swap the Karlach or any character who has Misty Step. You should set up a character with Misty Step in your party before this happens, just so you're ready to just jump past everyone and get to the portal. And as soon as you get to the portal, the rest of your party will teleport through and you can skip that fight. Because it's not essential to get the Githyanki XP from taking out those first four guys. And when you go back to camp, they're going to be dead anyway. So, first thing I like to do is just crouch down here and get into a little stealthy position. Start taking pot shots at these two Githyanki over here. It's probably quicker just to jump down there with Karlach, who is pretty much a big unstoppable tank at this point of the game. She could survive fighting them by herself, I'm pretty sure. But with the Githyanki, you should never really give them a chance to do anything to you. So as usual, I just like to take advantage of stealth. Asterion, he's really set up for stealth really well at this point. He's avoiding detection quite a lot here. They know something's up, but because we're on this cliff, they can't really get to us. So he's taking all these stealth shots. I think he will get detected eventually. Yeah, there we go. Maybe my main character got spotted there and not actually Asterion. But he could have stayed here all day and fired arrows, I think. No, my main character's actually outside of combat. So yeah, they probably did notice Asterion. But yeah, there was only two Githyanki over here. You didn't really need to go out of your way to just snipe them, I don't think so. But better to be safe than sorry and jump in there with one of your characters and they go down and then suddenly you're in trouble. But yeah, these first two guys aren't that bad, especially if you fight them from range. They can't really jump over to where you are, so they just have to sit there and eat damage. I did send in Karlach. Now this guy was pretty wounded and by himself, and she could just wipe him out really. She's so powerful at this point. Didn't want to waste action surge just yet. There's a tougher enemy next to the Emperor when we get over to him that we're going to want to take out, who almost has like 200 HP. So I think my main character, I just jump in here, try to do an offhand strike, but I actually wasted my bonus action jumping. But Asterion, he's going to have a bonus action so he can jump and then try an offhand strike. Or he could bite. Whoops, turned that off by mistake. He can bite and get his happy stat from this Githyanki, which I don't think we need in any conversations nearby or anything. But might as well just do it for the sake of it. So yeah, this Githyanki got in some serious damage on Asterion. I was trying to use the lucky roll ability that Asterion has as a rogue, but it didn't really go that well. He ate quite a bit of damage, but it's alright. This Githyanki was going down anyway, so I'm gonna just tank some potions and get Asterion's health back up. Not really gonna waste any Shadow Heart spell slots by healing him that way. So I've stolen so many potions and scrolls and whatever. Yeah, he's got 27 superior healing potions. Probably didn't even need to use those. I've got plenty of like basic potions, but that would heal him faster, so I just went that way. These intellectivires, they have these little brains. If you want to do some crafting later, so I'm just gonna rob them, take all their brains. Don't think the Githyanki have anything really useful on them. They're mostly unarmed and fighting barefisted. These are like Githyanki monk warriors or something. I'm not sure what their actual name is, but that's the kind of fighting style they have. Just hand-to-hand combat. This time I am jumping down with Karlach straight away into the fight. The Emperor's down here. It looks like everybody else has joined Karlak at the moment. But they're still up in that cliff, so that's pretty funny. Also, Karlak, I've disguised her as a Githyanki back at the start of the video after we jumped through the portal, but it was taking a little time to get to her helmet and stuff, so I just edited out her transforming into a Githyanki. But yeah, that's why she looks like a Githyanki suddenly. And it's mainly because when she's a Gith, the big Soulbreaker sword she's using does psychic damage as like a bonus effect of her being Githyanki. And she's also carrying this stone we took from the Mind Flayer colony that applies bliss to everybody, and it also makes Karlak do more psychic damage when she hits someone. She's going straight in with Soulbreaker on this guy. He's the most deadly enemy here, but we've stunned him, we've applied Frighten to him. Might be able to daze him. No, we saved that, but we're going to Action Surge. Trip Attack, put him prone so he'll take even more damage. Karlak's just a god at this point. Just completely eating this guy alive. He's stunned, he's on the ground, he's frightened. He's just all messed up. And my main character, maybe she should have jumped down with Karlak here, so she's not that far away and has to sneak up. But I was kind of hoping to get the stealth advantage of not being in the fight from the beginning, and the sneak up later. But it does have this disadvantage of I'm too far away from the battlefield. I put down Spike Growth here because I thought some of the other Githyanki were going to charge in towards me. But that threat doesn't really ever materialize. I did want to hit Karlak here, and I did want to hit the Emperor. So I put it in this area. It's kind of pointless. I wouldn't advise doing that. The Githyanki really never get a chance to charge in, really. The ones that are over there, they're all going to go for Karlak. And she's just always in front of the Spike Growth. So there's no reason for them to run over it. So yeah, I was thinking about what she should do here, but I just left her standing there so she could finish off the guy in front of her. This other Githyanki, he's going to tackle these brains that are over here. Shadowheart, she's not really going to get too involved in this fight. She's mainly here as our healer. So she's going to be staying back, trying not to take any damage. She's just going to run in when we need some healing. I could get her to do some damage, throw in a big Guiding Bolt, one of the higher level ones, because we don't have to worry about preserving her spell slots really too much, because we're going to go to sleep after this fight anyway, and you'll just get all your spell slots back. So don't hold back if you think you have some good spells on Shadowheart and you want to use them, or your other characters have some spell slots, high spell slots. And you're worrying about having to go into Act 3 with them depleted a little, because you're gonna go to sleep after you get out of this fight with the Emperor and these Githyanki. So this guy's managed to stand back up, I guess. Trying to get a stealth attack on him from here. It's not the best chance, but and Astarian's gonna walk into the spikes, but miss. These spikes were really a bad idea, but oh well. Gonna keep in my mistakes just to show that even an idiot who barely still understands the game, even after playing it for so long and having previously already beaten it on honor mode, can still make really stupid mistakes and pull back from it and survive. But mainly the main reason we survive is Karlak over there is just such a badass. She's got like what's his name, Raphael. She's got his armor that we took from him using a little cheese method early on to get him to spawn in our camp. We then cast silence on him and beat him up, knocked him out, and Karlak got his armor. So that's why she's like even more powerful than she normally would be, because you're only supposed to really get Raphael's armor once you're in Act 3 really. But I think it's better to get it early on when you're in honor mode, because you do need a bit of help. And Act 3, there is quite a lot to do, but depending on when you get to Raphael, you might not get that much out of the Helldusk armor if you get it really late on. So yeah, I think it's good that you're able to get it really early if you do an elaborate little cheese to get him to show up in your camp. I think it's a worthy reward. And it definitely rewards. It's like Larian rewarding you for thinking really far outside the box. Asterion had to step on the spike growth here. I probably should have stopped concentrating on it with my main character, but I was being stubborn and thinking, well, I cast the damn thing, better leave it there in case it does come in handy at some point. But it really doesn't. It was a stupid thing to cast, really. Yeah, and Asterion, he's now in difficult terrain and can't really fire anything over in here, so that's annoying. This fight would have been over a lot quicker if I hadn't cast Spike Growth, but oh well. Karlach's not really in any real trouble. This guy was quite close to running into Spike Growth. I forgot that he was actually here. I was shooting at someone else further away when I could have been tagging this guy on. So hopefully I'm going to get Karlach to run back, just because I had a feeling my main character was going to eat some damage if they were left by themselves over here. Yeah, I think I'm trying to push them into the spike growth, but I can't really get an angle here. But I think I pushed them anyway out of frustration, because it was so close to finally getting some use out of the spike growth and I still couldn't. Shadowheart, I guess she could hit somebody from here. Although, am I going to try to heal Asterion, or does Karlach need healing? She could do with it a little bit, but we'll put it on Asterion, because he's standing in the middle of the spike growth. But yeah, the Githyanki goes for me, as I thought they might, but they did miss quite a few hits there. And the Emperor's sort of distracting this one that's standing on top of the stones, dominating his mind or whatever. And yeah, he's not really going to do anything, I guess. Or, oh no, he broke it off and attacked the Emperor, but he kind of missed his strikes. Asterion, hopefully get a big hit on this guy. Nice, put him down. They're worth 200 XP each, these Githyanki, so maybe it is worth taking out the ones outside. But just in case you don't want to waste too many spell slots or whatever, and you want to save it for this final bit of the fight, I think it is still best to just Misty Step past them. And in Act 3 there's going to be so many opportunities for XP, so many side missions, that you'll hit level 12 before you even get to the end of the game if you decide to do everything. I think me personally, because I'm just sort of making these video guides, or just not really a guide, because I'm not sure if I explain things very well, but just because I'm trying to document my path to complete the honor mode, I don't think I'll do everything in Act 3. Really, after this I plan to just go to the circus, get the big spear from the genie's world that he sends you to when he catches you stealing his ring and beating him at his wheel spinning game. There's a very important weapon that we need Karlach to get. It's a big spear. It's going to be useful for fighting Orin. So we definitely want Karlach to get that. And then we also want to take out the clown who's disguised as he's a doppelganger at the circus. And just some other little things around the circus that we want to do. We want to go to Jaheira's Harper hideout, take out the guys in there, get some more XP. We want to start the little murder mystery, find that guy, the dwarf, who's trying to become a servant of Baal, find him at the wine tasting, pickpocket him to get his bag of hands and his amulet of Baal, or whatever he's carrying, so we can get into the murder tribunal. Then I'm probably gonna blow up the murder tribunal, just plant some rune powder barrels, and maybe Walburn's big rune powder bomb, We might not need both. That'll take out the murder tribunal. And then we'll go straight to Orin and take out Orin. And we'll have made a deal with Gortash to just side with him. Just because it's quite easy to side with him, and then the Netherbrain takes him out anyway, and it just skips a pretty tough fight in honor mode if you side with Gortash. And then once you get to basically the end of the game, you can just tank some invisibility potions, walk past everything up to the Netherbrain, the final fight, and then you can tell Gil that he should detonate the Orb of Mystra or whatever it is, and that'll beat honor mode for you. Although, because that's what I did in my first playthrough of honor mode, just to be safe, I got Gil to detonate Mystra's Orb. Maybe this time I'll be a bit riskier and I'll try to actually fight the Netherbrain, although I'm a bit nervous about doing that. But I will say people do have the option if you just want your golden dice and you just want the trophy for beating honor mode. It's just fine to send Gil to do the final bit. It's in the game, it is an option, it does count. And you can always do another honor mode run where you properly beat it and keep Gil alive, which is what I think I'm going to try to do this time. But I probably will defeat the Netherbrain. If I do get to it, I'll probably try another smoke powder backpack plan, planting a load of smoke powder bombs next to the brain and taking it out that way, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's just my plans for Act 3 that I'm rambling through during this cutscene. I also advise taking this new upgrade parasite from the Emperor and making your main party, all of them, make them agree in conversation to take it, just so they can become partial illithids and become a bit more powerful. So yeah, thanks for watching people, and I'll see you again next time with some more Baldur's Gate 3 honor mode.